Developing at 5, a firefighter takes to social media to blast the police and other first responders.
Now an investigation is underway. Eyewitness News reporter Mariah Medina has details.
The San Antonio Fire Department today confirmed that firefighter Chris Johnson is on administrative duty after posting this to Facebook. Take a look. Johnson wrote in part, quote, "From a place of disgust and shame as someone who has only had positive interactions with police privilege, someone who has family and friends that are cops, who works with cops, I say blank the police." The post goes on to decry racism in policing and among the profession of first responders generally. He also spoke out against the shooting of Black Americans. The department sent this statement to KENS 5 in response. It reads in part, "Any type of post made to their personal social media accounts by our employees does not reflect that of the San Antonio Fire Department." The fire department says this remains under administrative investigation and that they have no further comment. So far, no disciplinary action has been taken. From Public Safety Headquarters, Mariah Medina, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.